good evening, good morning. Today we are going to look into welcome to Miss T.L.L Tuti English First Additional Language Lessons, and then today we are going to look into the AIDA principle that is commonly used in advertisement. Remember, the past week we have been dealing with nuggets, if not tips, on how to approach and actually collect all the total marks in English FAL with regard to interpreting and answering questions based on advertisement. Now, what do we mean by the AIDA principle? The AIDA model, which stands for, firstly, we are going to stands for attention. The I stands for interest, and then the D stands for desire, and action model. Now, what does this model actually essentially entails, and why do we need to know the AIDA principle when it comes to advertisement? I have said in my previous lesson that the purpose of an adverb is to grab the reader's attention in such a way that a reader or a viewer will be convinced to go and buy the said advertised product or advertised service. Now, when we study an advert, we need to look into the attention, how or what is that the advertiser, the technique in which the advertiser has used to grab your attention. And then attention might be grabbed in your case where you study English File Paper 1. Maybe the advertiser may use various font sizes. The advertiser may use maybe a very interesting picture, as well as the advertiser may use also the message to grab your attention. And remember, with the font size, what I said in our previous lesson is that the font size might be bigger, the font size might be bolded, and there's a purpose for that, where maybe letters are bolded, and then maybe even plus the use of color to do what? To grab your attention. So the first concept in the AIDA model is to grab your attention. So as and when you study an advert, you should be in a position to check how did the advertiser successfully convince you to grab your attention. Is it by using the font size as well as the picture as well as the message? Now, and then the second concept in the AIDA principle is what you call the interest. Remember, for the advertiser to grab your attention, not only are they going to grab attention, but they must also sustain now your interest. They must sustain your interest in such a way that you'll be able to go and purchase that advertised product, or you would use that advertised service. Remember, advertisement is not only confined to products. Advertisement can also actually promote an event or actually advertise a service. Now, after the advertiser has managed to get your attention, what about interest? And here now, in my view, interest can further be sustained or be established through what? The message. And remember, what you have said in the message is that you also need to study the language device that are used in a message in order to convey that interest to you. It might be persuasive language. Please check my previous lesson. I'll link in our subscription box. I'll include the link. The persuasive language, and at times they may also talk about what? Emotive language. This is what we discussed in our previous advertisement, but let us just repeat. Remember, repetition is the father of learning. So remember, a persuasive language normally is a language that persuades. It may use an extended exaggeration, such as a hyperbole, to say, buy this product, it is the best in the world. And the word emotive language, it will be a language that evokes what? That evokes emotion. Remember, all of that, the advertiser is trying to do that in order to do what? To keep you interested in the a set product or set service. And then now, the advert, not only after they've grabbed your attention and now they've hooked your interest, it is important now to evoke the desire to actually say, you know what, I need to go and buy this product. And that again can be successfully achieved through the use of various techniques in an advertisement, that which may include even here we can talk about the slogan. The slogan can also support the message in such a way that it evokes the desire to go and buy, as well as the picture. Images are very important. Remember, an image in an advert must actually correlate or go hand in glove with the message. So sometimes imagine seeing a picture of such a beautiful car that you would want to purchase. That again arouses the desire to really go. Or maybe if the advertising a very delicious piece of chocolate cake, and they use the picture of what so that you can visualize and then see that, and you start to literally you start salivating, it's mouth watering, and you actually desire to go and buy that product. So for the advertiser to evoke the desire again, that one of the techniques may be used. Actually, I don't want to to compartmentalize them to say no, they may use an image here. It's a compoundium. They were all of them. It's actually a melting pot of these techniques that actually relate to the AIDA principle. So, and then after they have you are now, remember, they've grabbed your attention, like font sizes. If it's big, it's say come here, buy here, there's a sale. You'll actually stand up and go. And then once you enter the shop, they say there's a sale. They need now to spark your interest by maybe saying 50% off this product. Now you are interested, and then you can have a desire, maybe by seeing a picture of that which is advertised. It might evoke a desire. Now the final stage of the AIDA principle is what? Action. Once you have managed to the advertiser have managed to grab your attention through font sizes, pictures, messages, maybe it emotive or persuasive language, through the slogan that may use alliteration. Then now they've got your interest, and then now you have the desire. And then once you have the desire, now you are going to stand up and act. What is that action? You will go and buy the advertised product, or you will use the advertised service. And in essence, these are the stages that as a reader or a consumer or customer you go through. So remember when we said when you study advertisement, we are actually studying the brain behind an advertiser. So this is the principle that undergirds the creative juices behind advertisers in such a way that they are there to grab your attention and ensure that you go and buy the advertised product or use the advertised service. So as in now, when you are an English first additional language learner, you should be able to know these concepts in such a way that you can be able to use them to beef up your responses, to say no, that I can see here the advertiser grabbed the attention by using this, and then they've used there's certain techniques such as language, playing around with language, using alliteration in slogans, using emotive language to keep the customer hooked or interested. And then now this can actually evoke desire. At the end of the day, you need to stand up and go and buy that. Once action is evoked, then we know that the principle of AIDA is actually successful, or it was achieved in that particular advertisement. In actual fact, all the advertisement follow the AIDA principle.